Hey, what's up you guys? Marty here with GuitarJams.com. I'm going to teach you one of my favorite little arpeggios, it's a fancy word. So it's a little more advanced here, but I think it's something you can, if I show you how to use it, you can just add it as a piece of arsenal without necessarily knowing every crevice of theory detail that's involved with it, okay? So I was trying to use big words there. Hope you understand. So, okay, so this arpeggio, see the thing, an arpeggio it's when you play the notes of a chord one at a time. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this, depending on what chord you're playing this arpeggio over, it's a different sound. So that kind of comes from what are called the modes. And the word mode is a different function of the same thing. So we're going to call this a C major 7 arpeggio. It's probably the easiest way to, just look at it. But I'm going to show you 3 completely different ways to use this major 7 arpeggio. First thing we want to do, though, is just learn the arpeggio. Here we go. Okay, so I said this was a C major 7 arpeggio. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to put our pinky on the root. So that's how we're going to find it for the C major 7 arpeggio. So what we're going to do, we see the root. We're going to go like this, though. Ring finger on the 7th fret of the high E. And we're going to... Pretty easy, but ring and pinky. And then my pinky is going to go to the B string on the 8th fret. Then we're going to go to the 5th on the B. So watch. Then we have to roll our finger over to get the 5th fret of the G. And then after we do the 5th of the G, we're going to slide it down a half step. So far we have. And you can do the reverse. See that? So you can immediately, what I was doing, so the A minor and the C major are the relative major and minor of each other. So anytime you play a C major 7 arpeggio, you can use it over a C major chord or a C major 7 chord. But you could also use it over an A minor chord, and what you get, the arpeggio you get when you change the root, the relative minor, you call this A minor 9 arpeggio, but you haven't changed anything. So let's finish the arpeggio all the way over. So we got... Now we got to go like this. Middle finger on the 5th fret of the D. And this will be the weird part. To finish the arpeggio, you got to go ring finger to the 7th of the A. So watch. Then we're going to just do the same thing we did on the high E, but on the low E now. And that will be 8-7. So once you learn that, now you don't have to use the whole thing across, but the idea is if you can practice that enough, like let's say maybe 50,000 repetitions, then what you can start to do is just incorporate it into your licks, even if you're just thinking of the A minor pentatonic or thinking of it as the C major pentatonic. We'll think of it as A minor, and I'll even play it's an A minor chord grooving, right? Watch what it sounds like over that. you work it into your licks. You got your pentatonic blues stuff, which is great. It's a great way to mix that up. If you've got a bunch of cool blues licks, you're working it. You can slide your ring finger into 7 on the high E. So I'm going to change key so our ear hears something different. I'm going to play a D major 7 chord. So I'm looping it. I'm just going to go with my D major pentatonic scale. Putting my pinky on the root. Now watch. So we've taken this arpeggio, we've been able to play it completely sweet major sounding, we've been able to play it kind of dark and minor sounding, and you can always review this video again to kind of try and figure out how you plug that in. But then the last one that you can do is in the dominant, in a jazz blues kind of situation, you can use that arpeggio as well. So I'm going to change keys again. I'm going to play a C9 chord. So now just visualize it's a dominant chord, and the root's on the 3rd fret of the A string. That kind of thing, right? So what you would do then is, I know all my scales really well, so I kind of know already how to solo, but that arpeggio is going to be, if your root's right there and you're playing a dominant, blues, all that Mixolydian, you can do it right there. So if you're got that, so I resolved it to that root, and you could really hear how that fit.